Tony Bucks, them all walks. Man, y'all see the title, what we're gonna be talking about. The undercard. Now we're gonna be waiting for the peeps to pop in. See if y'all wanna talk some boxing today. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Monday, September 2nd. 12 more days. 12 more days to the big fight. Till we see BERLANGA knocked out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Another L for Puerto Rico. Yes, sir. Undercard. Somewhat alright undercard. Somewhat, man. You know what I'm saying? Labor Day chilling. Hopefully we having a good day starting. You know what I'm saying? Starting off Monday cool. Chilling. I started good. Hopefully y'all starting it good too. You know, we gonna talk some boxing. So undercard. Alright undercard, you know what I'm saying? Not all that, but Puerto Ricans gonna take some L's, man. Cause I don't see them winning on the 14th. But you know what I'm saying, we gonna see what if you just joining, man, you know, press that like button. It's gratis. And if not, it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Comment who you think is gonna take on the undercard fights. Danny Garcia moving up to middleweight, facing the Cuban Lara. A tricky fight for Danny Garcia. A tricky fight that I don't see Danny winning. You know, Lara's gonna be too tricky for Danny, that is a bit stationary, and Danny has a hard time with fighters that give him movement. So I think this is gonna be a hard fight, and I don't think he's gonna become a 3 division champ, because he never became a champ at welterweight. It was just too good of a fighters that was at the welterweight division, and he couldn't get no belt. So you know, he's going after Lara, which is crazy because Lara's a tricky ass fighter. Tricky ass fighter. I don't think Danny doesn't have the legs. Obviously, Lara doesn't move the same as he once did at 154, but um, to beat Danny, I think he has enough to beat Danny, and you know, Lara is still at a little bit more athletic than Danny Garcia. Uh, so I see Danny going in there and trying to land his left hook, but Lara's movement, man, is gonna be too much for Danny. The Philly native, you know, Danny Garcia does see a lot of elusive styles, but Lara's just versus Danny. You know, it's gonna be too much for him, and he could have. But really, from 154 on up north of 47, every fight, every champion, it will be difficult for Danny. So they think Eddie's Landi Lara is ripe for the picking, but nah, they got it. They got this one wrong because uh, Lara's just gonna shit. He might be if Lara decides to exchange, because depending how Danny's power is, because we know Lara's a mover and a runner. If he senses power and you know what I'm saying, and shots being thrown, he's just gonna move around and lose the fight. And if Danny can throw enough punches that has some dynamite, then he might have Lara on his bike and he might be able to take that fight. But Dan doesn't throw that many punches, man. Danny Garcia doesn't throw that many punches, and he kind of, gasses out in the middle of the fights and just follows you around, just follows you around. So I feel like Lara is just gonna do what he does and get the win by making Danny Garcia look foolish. So um, that'll be the first L the Boricuas take. You know what I'm saying? Um, Lara was always crying that he always gets the bad end of the stick, but he just don't do enough. Will he do enough versus the favorite and favorite I mean by the company favorite PBC, one of the PBC's guys, which is Danny Garcia. They might try to rob Lara. So he Lara gotta know he gotta go in there and do a good fight and and actually beat Danny, which I think he will. I don't think he. I mean, it won't be easy, but he'll still go in there and beat Danny for real, like for real. So that's gonna be the first L the Boricuas take. You know what I'm saying? They back Danny. I'm a fan of Danny, but um, he ain't gonna win the Lara fight. It's just too much. Moving up to middleweight, coming up from 135 or 40. I mean, he doesn't have it to beat Lara. Especially he hasn't really been active. He's been out for like 2 years and coming back and just going to face somewhat active Lara. I don't see that. I don't see that happening for Danny. So the first L for the Boricuas in Lara versus Garcia. First L. Cubans are losers too, so but they're gonna get a win versus the Lara, so they're gonna keep that win. But Lara steps up versus a young champion, takes a L as well, but fighting in his in his daddy's undercard, Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Only way that he can get people to buy tickets to one of his fights, but not even that, right? So the Boricuas take the first L. Plant, is trying to come back up, after taking L's in his career, two L's to his daddy Canelo and his daddy Benavidez. In between that though, he got a good win versus Darrell, but once you face the elite, you have to either show what you're made of and show your eliteness and win, or if not, take the L's and go back to the drawing board and see what's up. Plant says he wants to get his get back versus Canelo and Benavidez, so they have to put him in versus unknown fighters, ranked fighters. I don't even know what dude is ranked who Plant is fighting. Macumbi or whatever, I never heard of dude. But I mean, alright, I don't know what happened here. Plant versus Macumbi though, not a fight I wanted to see. Could have been a better fight.